Hello and welcome to this Wiltshire Caravans handover video for the 2018 Bailey Unicorn Cadiz. So I'm just going to quickly walk around the outside just to give you a quick look around. Then I will open up all of the cabinets afterwards and do the handover. So a quick look around the outside first. What I'm here is to show you the Highline brake lights. So your light clusters, so that's your reversing lights, indicators, running lights, brake lights, corner steadies down the bottom, obviously a place for the number plate. Okay, but just a very quick walk around the outside. That's our gas barbecue point. Before I have a very quick walk around inside, and then we'll get on to the business of the handover. So it's the two front benches, standard configuration. Table comes out at the front here. Kitchen on the left hand side, fridge freezer on the right. It's the two single beds, nice size single beds in these as well. They're quite long, and a rear bathroom. Apologies for any of the reflections of me. Nice big shower size as well. But what we'll do, without any ado whatsoever, is get on to the handover. Okay, straight away we're going to go to the most important job of any caravanner's life, which is the toilet area, or the emptying of. Before that, this is the area where you put the pink rinse in. Check your bottle, see what the recommendations are for how diluted it's to be. Personally, I use an old 2-litre bottle, pop bottle. Put the required amount into the bottom of the bottle, fill it up with water, and then just pour it straight in. Okay, you'll know when you need to refill it because nothing will come out when you press the flush. The cassette itself, standard depth for cassette. Now this is a bit of a slightly different area, locker here, because there's actually room in it, whereas mostly it's quite well sealed in. But I suppose you could keep your toilet fluids or something in here. But to remove, just lift that up, bring it straight out. You'll know when it needs emptying because there's a light on in the toilet that tells you you need to empty it. So when required to empty, take that out, take the top lid off, then just lean it forward over the area and press that button to release any pressure. You'll want to rinse it out, so I would put the lid back on, slide that across, open that area, rinse, put some water in there to rinse out, close it up again, slide that back, swill it round, take the lid off, tip it over and repeat. Okay, then you'll need to put your blue fluid in, or green, whatever you're using. So on the lid itself there are sort of measures. Again, check the manufacturer's recommendations for how much to put in. But this, then, to go back in, literally just slide straight in. Slide it in, happy days. So you might think, oh, how do I empty the reservoir? Well, there's a little tube here which comes out, and then put a bucket underneath it when you need to empty it. That's for winterizing. So when you need to empty that out, because you don't want any liquids in there over winter, please just empty that. Make sure there's nothing in there. I can't be more cautious with things like that. Anyway, next, this locker here. It's already got the towing cover in it, and etc. But that's just access to under the bed. Then gas locker. Okay, so the gas locker will hold two 6-kilo bottles, set up for propane. Oh, this is where the previous owners left the water pump in there. which is fine, but yeah, set up for two gas bottles. Again, keep that one locked, most definitely. I did sort of kind of forget, so I better go back quickly to it. The wheels, so the wheel nut are torqued up to 130 Newton meters. They will be cleaned before the customer picks up. I'm just rushing around this because I'm not actually going to be here for the handover, so I need to get this video done. 2 waste outlets, that's for the grey waste, so 2 sinks, bathroom and kitchen, and for the shower. This is the exhaust port for the Alder heating. So if you're using gas, if you're off grid using gas, that is the area to the exhaust comes out of. As you can see, I've already put a water pump in. It's my little demo. I can tell that because I wrote demo on it. So put it in, lift that flap, push it in, and then clip that down, slide that down. That is then fixed in. This end goes into your water butt. This will go over the cover just to stop any dirt or anything getting in. And as you can see, I've put it in the clip just to demonstrate how to leave that up without dropping it in the dirt when you're going to refill your aqua. Okay, so we're coming around to the front. Usual Bailey, let's see if I can zoom out a little bit. Oh, mine, didn't mean to zoom out that quickly. So 3 windows, big Bailey window at the front. No locker at the front, running on the Alco chassis. So this has got the Alco ATC, Alco trailer control. There's a sensor underneath on the chassis, or on that should the caravan start to go out of shape at all, it will dab the brakes on to stabilize everything. I've heard these before, but generally the only time you're going to notice that is when you're go over a speed hump. It will feel slightly heavy once you've gone over. That's quite a comforting thing, because it means that the system is working. Okay, so gas barbecue point. So if you do have whether it's a Cadiz or any other type of gas barbecue, you can connect to that. I will stress, please do not use a gas barbecue inside an awning. Not great bed friends. Again, another locker. This is underneath the front bench. This one's got the inside. We've got the electric lead. We've got an Alco wheel lock and a jack for this, and also that's the engagement bar for the motor mover. Motor movers are a different video altogether. Okay, but also on the outside you've got the fridge and freezer vents. Also got your electric hookup. That's where electric goes in, and you also have a 230 volts socket for outside with an aerial point, so you could run power into an awning. Okay, so that's outside. Let's go inside and show you how everything works. Okay, so we're inside. Well, I just want to show you something very quickly. Let me just grab the keys a second. It's to do with the alarm. There's the PIR for the alarm. It's also got leg tilt sensors. Got a key fob. Helps if I've got it the right way around. 1 beep, 2 beeps is on, 1 beep is off. Now, with it takes about, well, at least probably a couple of minutes, I'd say, for it to arm properly. So if you do forget that you've got something in there, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Okay, let's go around and start at the very beginning. Okay, so you've plugged your electric lead in. Let's see if I can get this stretched up a bit. So you've plugged your electric lead in, and we're going to, that's it. So your main switch, your master switch in here, is that one. That's your main power switch. Okay, currently showing at 13.7 volts, as you can see at the top. Now that doesn't surprise me, we are plugged into the mains. So light switches, That's your internal lights. We'll do that. Okay. That's your awning light outside. So that's those lights. You've got loads of other light switches that do random things. To be honest, half the game is going to be looking around at light switches, so I'm seeing what they do. Whilst we are talking light switches, you've got lots of these individuals, which all got their own little switches. This one's got USB in as well, which is nice and handy. See, 4 at the front. Got some nice mood lighting. Bathroom. That's light in the bathroom. It's nice and bright. Not overly bright. It's a pulled string cord for that one. But yeah, there's loads and loads of light switches all over the place. There's a couple there, above there. Oh, you'll find them, or I'll show you them when we do. I'll get the handovers done. Okay, also on here, so you saw where I put the water pump inside to the side of the caravan earlier. Well, when you've got your water butt full up and your pump's inside the water butt, that is the switch to turn on your water pump. The light comes on, you can hear, well, you probably won't be able to hear it actually, but the pump is running because I left that in. Turn that off because I don't want it to run dry. Okay, so one of the most important things to know or to be aware of within the caravans is the drain down valve. Now, particularly winter time, but I would recommend it every journey. So winter time, make sure you drain down your hot water tank and your water system. Right, the drain down tap is actually underneath that cushion. So I am going to remove those and then I'll show you where that drain down is. Okay, as if by magic, here we are. So this is the hot water tank. It's the Alder Compact 3020. It will hold about 8.5 litres of hot water, and it is a combi boiler, so whenever water's coming through it, it will continue to heat. Right, now, if you can just see that yellow lever there, that tap there, hidden in the most ridiculous place, is holding straight up in the air. It's pointing straight up. That has allowed all the water to come out of this caravan. Okay, just literally straight out onto the floor, draining the water tank and the pipes by opening the taps fully in each of the taps. Allows all the water out to make sure there's nothing left in here, particularly when it freezes. When you get to the point where you want to put water in it, when you've taken it away, I wonder if I can get a better angle. Oh dear, possibly. Just push that lever down, close all the taps, and then you can get your water pump on and basically fill the hot water tap up, fill the water tank up, and then get water into the taps. Do remember to close the taps though. Okay, very important, remember to close the taps. Right, that's where that is. I shall put everything back together again. Okay, this particular section relates to the hot water and the heating system. So this, the Unicorn range uses the Alder system, so that's the wet central heating system. As I showed you the tank previously, that's the this is the Aldi Compact 3020 system. It has since been upgraded to the 3030, but that's another story right now. To turn the system on, press that button there, and it will come up showing Aldi Compact. And it does little diagnostic. So what this front screen is showing is that the system is circulating. That's because I've just turned it on, and we are plugged into the electrics, and the temperature in here at the moment is 18 degrees. Press menu to get to the first screen. The top part, This part is how warm do you want it to be in your caravan? Well, 30 degrees would be a little bit warm. I would suggest somewhere around about 20, 21. But it's very simple. It's just an up and down arrow, up and down icons to get the temperature up to what you want it to be. Okay. There is an option in the settings. That moon, it means it has a night mode, so you can set a night mode to have it cooler at night. Personally, I just used to turn it down. Very simple. Okay. The next icon, the shower icon, is for the hot water. Now, it's not just a shower, it is the whole hot water system. With an empty triangle, there is no hot water. You're not putting any power into the hot water. If you press plus, I only meant to press it once. That's interesting. It's all right. I worked it out. Did you see there was an A on here earlier? In there are various options. Someone had set something to be the system to be continuous, whereas I want it thermostatically controlled. So now, press it once and you get half a triangle. Now half a triangle will give you enough hot water for 95, maybe 100% of the time. I've never boosted it myself, but I know some people do. But if you do need to boost the hot water, so you're giving the hot water an extra boost to heat it up more quickly, press plus again and you will have a full triangle. At that point, you have taken all the power that we're using on this system, taken it away from the heating and just straight into the hot water. All we're doing is heating up the hot water. I'm going to turn that off because we've got no water in the tank at the moment, so I don't need to heat that up. However, so if you have half a triangle, that will do you most of the time. If you ever need to boost it, plus again, but that will take all the power away from your hot water. Underneath the electricity icon is how much electricity are we going to be using? How much have we got available? So obviously off means there's no power coming to this via electricity at all. 1 kilowatt, so 1000 watts. Now, whilst it will heat things up slowly, it is slowly. I would always suggest going on to 2 kilowatts to heat it up relatively quickly, and then you can, if you're being charged for the electric on your site, you can turn it down to 1 kilowatt to keep that. That will maintain the temperature, maintain the system, but it will take an age to heat up. So you've got 2 kilowatts is my recommendation. If you're at home and you're just trying to heat the thing up, the caravan up pretty quickly, and you have enough power, you can go up to 3 kilowatts. But that's, I don't know, 12, 13 amps. So you might not have that available. So down to 2 kilowatts, which is about coming up towards 9 amps. You know, if you're only on a 10 amp site, that leaves you with a very little. So heat everything up, drop it down to 1 kilowatt, and then you can use your kettle, your microwave without fear of tripping the switch. Okay. You can, if you wish, if you're off grid, you can just use gas. Turn the gas and it will clickety click until it's ready to fire up. We haven't got any gas in here, so that's not going to work at the moment. But so yes, you can go off, use this off grid, use the facilities, as in use the hot water and the heating. You might not need to have the hot water, but you can certainly use the heating off grid. As I said earlier, this is the settings menu. You've got a night mode, a day mode, you've got a priority. So you can prioritize whether you use electric or gas. There's time and day you can set. You can have the display, whether you want it bright, inverted or dark. To be fair, we do give you the manual, and I will send a video link direct from Alder themselves, which will probably be able to explain things in more detail. Well, certainly could explain it in more detail than I can, but what I've just shown you there should well be enough to get you through. Okay, I'll turn that off now because I don't need it heating up in here. So back to where the handing over, so to speak. So lots of storage in these Baileys. I will show you. You have a DAB radio in here, and it looks like a CD player as well. Also has a USB connection, Bluetooth, and an auxiliary connection. In this cabinet, this is where the aerial is, so unscrew that, put the shaft up, point the aerial in the same direction as everyone else has, and then tighten up the nut again and retune your TV. Okay, that's just the amplifier, the booster gain for the antennas. Okay, blinds, yep, all these have blinds. You've got fly screens, and then up from the bottom you've got your blackout blinds. Okay, except on the big front one, where the fly screen goes from the bottom and goes up as far as so, and then the blackout line comes down. All right. This table comes out. Let me just zoom out a little bit. So that's handy for your cup of tea in the morning, or your glass of lemonade of the evening. You have the extension here, so that can go up to give you a kitchen extension. Two 230-volt sockets, light switches, as I say. These are the kitchen lights. I quite like this. I like this top. This just gives that extra bit of security, so nothing falls on the glass up, because it's still got the glass there. That just clicks up in there, so you've still got your glass lid. So lid needs to be up fully when lighting up the gas burners. You also have an electric hob. The gas burners also has separate oven and grill. That's your sparker. Sounds quite obvious really, but there you go, just in case you don't. And that's for the hot plate. You do, like I said, also have a separate grill and oven. Under here, that plug there is for that the hot plate. So if you need to unplug that, if you're worried that someone might come in and knock that and turn that on, that would certainly be a good idea to have that off. Also up in this cupboard, that is your isolator or plug for your microwave. I'm not going to show you how to use a microwave. It is a microwave. It does microwavey things. On the other side, fridge freezer. So this is a Dometic fridge freezer. Very simple to turn it on. Oh, the light's in the way. Right, that's to go onto electric. That will run it off the car alternator. Well, when I say run it, it will maintain a temperature. The fridge and freezer would need to be cold first, and then as long as you've got the 13-pin plug or 2 7s, you would be able to plug this in, and your car should, as long as it's been wired correctly, manage to keep the temperature at a level, but it will not cool it down from the start. Nice size, nice little freezer compartment. You can also run it, if you're out in the middle of nowhere, on gas. Turn it on to gas and use that to spark it up. Obviously we've got no gas in here at the moment, so I'm not doing that. But temperature, very simple. The freezer compartment is removable should you wish to do so. That's entirely up to you. To close it, pull your handle out, push it together. 2 single beds. Yeah, they are a really nice size. I know I said so earlier, but yeah, they are a nice size. No problem with those at all. Oh, I forgot the important bit. Somewhere to hide the wine. So plenty of cupboard space. Obviously these lift up. There's plenty of space underneath on both sides. said about the bathroom. With the Alder heating, the reservoir is in that cupboard. But do remember, you shouldn't need to do anything with that. We do everything with that. That is just the heater, radiator for the bathroom. That will get hot, so be aware. Obviously, when I said about the toilet earlier, very early in the video, I mentioned about a light coming on in the bathroom. Well, that's the light that comes on when the cassette needs emptying. I suggest you have something like wine o'clock, where you decide on the time you're going to go and empty it. But that's, I shouldn't really be telling you what to do. Toilet, usual toilet, does spin round. Well, don't spin around, but it's movable. And to empty the contents, make sure that's open, but make sure it's closed when you're going to empty it, because you won't be able to remove the cassette if it is open. Shower screen, make sure when you're travelling that is stowed away correctly. You've got a little little towel rail type thing here. Like I said earlier, it's quite a nice size shower. And for those who haven't caravan before, some of the showers in these things are really very good. I think pretty much that covers most of the things we would need to talk about. Oh, he says, until I remembered. So when we were talking about power earlier, okay, so this is the breaker switches and your fuse box. Chances are, if you try to use too much electric, you will pop the pole where you originally plugged in. If that isn't the case, come in and have a look, make sure that all the breakers are up, and check your fuses. But I think that's pretty much it. So you've got a carbon monoxide alarm and a smoke alarm. Really, that's about all you're going to need to know about this this lovely caravan. Obviously, anything you need to ask on day of handover, please do so. Or if you're watching this video because you're thinking about getting one of these, or you want to ask some questions, by all means ask away. Do give us a call, 01373 752 100, and it's option 1 for sales. Sean is on the phone, so am I. My name's Andy, and if you can't get either of us, someone else will answer, possibly Jamie, but we'll all be able to help. So any questions, do give us a call. Usual rules apply to these videos. If you do like it, please click like. If you do like our videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to try and get a few more videos on. If anyone wants to specifically know about anything to do with the caravan world, please do give us a call or get a message to us. If you want to send an email, that's sales@wiltshirecaravans.co.uk. But like I said, we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, we're even on TikTok apparently. That's some young person's thing apparently. But do feel free to get in touch with us, whatever your preferred means are. Okay, but thank you for your time, and see you again on the next one.